Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's time to preview Celtic's final home league game of the season as we face at Mirren tomorrow at Celtic Park on Trophy Day. It was good on Wednesday not having to listen to shite, but he's back on the channel.
Yeah, I know.
How you doing, Alistair?
Alright, Josh, yourself.
Hi, good. Obviously Trophy Day, Alistair. It's probably not really about the game, to be honest with you. The game kind of, for me, takes kind of backwards really, because you've seen some results in Trophy Day where we actually get beaten, stuff like that. We actually played St Mirren last season and we only scored in the last knockers of the game.
Lewis Palmer masterclass.
And obviously Lewis Palmer's not here at the moment. So I also get some. It's just about obviously getting finished the season, but you also have to finish the league season strong. Obviously heading into that Scottish Cup final.
I definitely, mate, and please give us more about we had on Wednesday night. That was class.
I know, I thought we were good on Wednesday night. The only downside of Wednesday night was that Rio Hatate injury, which I think we've seen him play. That was his last.
To be honest with you.
I think that was his last game for Celtic. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think he'll be here in the summer. Obviously, he's not playing the final two games. It's just an injury. I've got kind of, you might call me quite shallow here, but as what it is, we need to just motor on, to be honest with you. It's unfortunate.
Well, it's a chance for Bernardo, in my opinion.
And I think Bernardo is merited because I think he was outstanding on Wednesday night again. I thought him and McCowan really. I think really him and McCowan made really good control of the game. So it'll be interesting to see. I think who the midfield is tomorrow. I think will be the midfield for the Scottish Cup final next weekend. So it is. But I thought it was good on Wednesday night. I thought, as I said on the channel, I thought we were really good tempo, could really good control the game. Aberdeen, for me, we were really good, but I thought Aberdeen were absolutely atrocious, to be honest with you.
They were abject.
And it just shows how far they've fallen, to be honest, this season. And I see Chris Boyd was absolutely laying into them, and to be honest with you, he's got 100% a point. I don't normally agree with Chris Boyd very often, but
to be fair.
Because I think with Aberdeen, also going to this Mirren game in a minute, but we'll see when here on Wednesday night. So, but I think with Aberdeen, I think we said it for a while. They've not really been criticised. They've went under the radar with a really pure run of form. Like Hibs should have never get third place.
Well, Josh, I'm going to tell you, I looked at the table. Don't ask me why, but I looked at the table. Didn't United beat Aberdeen? The more Aberdeen are fifth. When you consider the start they had, that is absolutely appalling.
But I said it on the video on Wednesday night. If that was a dress rehearsal for the cup final, then Jesus Christ, because I've made it clear Celtic should be getting this treble over the line. I think Celtic showed on Wednesday night, even with some of the players out, even with the B team, there's still some really good quality players in there. I thought Forrest was really good. Johnny Kenny obviously coming in and getting the goal. Some really good depth. I still think the depth's in need of major looking at, and I know it might sound silly to say that when we've just beat a team 5-1 when we've made 8 changes, but I do still think there's bits of the depth that we can still.
I think you need to take Wednesday night for what it was. It was.
Celtic had no pressure on them to really do anything.
It was the end of the season, they were not riding on it, so could just go and play.
But anyway, I think still played well, not taking it away from, but I still think in the summer, I think, as I said, it's going to be a big window anyway. But St Mirren had another good solid season under Stephen Robson. I think the job that he does at St Mirren gets vastly underlooked, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's managed to get him at the top 6 on a completely shoestring budget, and I love a lot of clubs like to talk about budgets and all that and stuff. And
funny enough, budgets always come in it, but no one being involved.
No, it's not even just us, but I don't think that Robertson gets the credit for what I think he does. He's done a really good job at St Mirren with not a very good budget, to be honest with you.
I personally think Hearts went for the wrong manager, to be honest.
Especially when you've got player teams like Hearts and maybe even Motherwell in the bottom six. So so to be fair to Robertson, he's done a brilliant job, and they'll be coming to, like Aberdeen and like Hibs, they'll be coming to Celtic Park to they'll fancy it, and they've got something to play for because they've still got an outside chance at a European spot. Probably unlikely, but they've still got an outside chance of making Europe. So
Celtic I think, Josh, have they lost a game in the split? I don't think they have.
Did Rangers not beat? No, they drew with Rangers, didn't they?
Draw with Rangers and beat the
so they have them. So, but no, I think they've had a really good season again, man. Solid enough season, and Robertson's doing. And I kind of agree with you. I think Derek McInnes will do a decent job at Hearts, but I think I would looking at Stephen Robinson with the job he's done. But anyway, but no, they'll be coming with something to play for, obviously. So it's just important, like we said with the other games against Aberdeen and Hibs, that Celtic just don't be complacent, and Celtic will want to send their fans away, just ending the season, really good result, getting real into confidence, in a celebratory mood getting into that cup final. St Mirren, on the other hand, they want to be a party pooper, really. That's the way I would put it. But so it should be a good game. I think it was a good game last season. Obviously 3-2.
From what I remember, it was kind of similar weather, but it's going to be the more. Hopefully.
I can't deal with this weather, man, to be honest with you. But
no, I know.
Body boiling. But in terms of our team selection, because I think Wednesday put a lot of questions up certain positions in the team. A lot of people, for me, have staked a claim for a cup final spot, if I'm being honest with you. One or two, and I'm going to go to the person in particular in a second because anyway. But I thought teams like, where would you go? Because for me, Schmeichel will come back in. I think he'll be the goalkeeper for the cup final. Left back, I think Taylor.
I'm curious to see if they play Taylor to see. I'll be more interested when the game ends because I think it'll be very telling. Whether he's
going. He's no staying. He's going now. We would have heard something by now if Greg Taylor was staying. There's been no advances on what we heard previously, so I doubt it. I think he might be going. But left back, I think Taylor will play. I thought a lot of players were decent, but I thought Sloop just looked a bit. I
hate saying this, but looked at the actual game, Josh. I don't know if it was like that watching it. It looked as if it was half-assing it.
But to be honest with Sloop, I do think he's getting an unfortunate end of the stick, to be honest with you, because he's not playing week in, week out, so it's hard to just to come in and look. But yeah, I think Taylor will play. Johnson will play it right back, I'm pretty sure, just to get him up to speed.
Get minutes in the legs, aye.
Centre halves, one's a stick on Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think he'll play the next two games to end the season off. Now, the other centre half, you've got Liam Scales, Austin Trusty, and the Rocky. Now, I know this will probably be a pointless discussion. Liam Scales will somehow still get a position in the team. The Rocky should be starting tomorrow. And I'll tell you why, right? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Lennoxtown. I don't know if fucking the Rockies eating cheeseburgers and fucking shiting on the park.
They're talking fitness, Joe.
But the thing is with the fitness thing, I don't get it, because see if you were unfit, you'd be able to tell the Rocky was unfit on Wednesday night.
Aye, true.
And I know he's lacking in pace, but at the end of the day, what's a defender's job?
Defend.
Aye, clear it to whoever you need to. And that left centre half, I don't think we've not found. I'm not saying the Rocky's the answer, but I'd be
Well,
looking.
that was another partnership. They'd never played together.
Aye,
No, man, how many is that this season?
and you talk about fitness, right? And I know a player, no matter if you're playing or not, should be keeping fit, but your motivation's not there.
Aye, and Mike Sharpness isn't there.
Aye, and I just think I don't, as I said, I'm just looking on from the outside, but like everybody else, but I just think he's got a bit of an unfair crack of the whip. I thought he was solid. He got a goal. He defensively was sound. If anything, the defender that was floundering a bit was Trusty.
I'll be honest, Josh. People say to me, we need a centre half in the summer. But I was thinking about this day. We've got about, I think we've got 6 on the books.
Well, Dane Murray's on the books. Stephen Welsh is on, like, obviously on loan.
Aye. Lagerbielke's
CCV, Lagerbielke, and the Rocky.
Scales.
And
Austin Trusty.
And I've made it. I feel my feelings good on Liam Scales. He's not good enough. And I'm past getting told otherwise. I don't think he's good enough.
And the jury's out with Josh, folks.
No, I'm sorry. People can have their opinions, but I don't want to. I'm sick of having the same discussion about Liam Scales. He has one good game and he's like, "Oh, I told you so," and you're like, "He's pish." No offense. He is. If basically, I'll put it this way: if Celtic want to be looking to improve, which Celtic do want to improve in Europe, then we need better than just any.
I stand by it, Josh. I don't see us bringing a centre half in unless 2 or 3 go out.
But the thing is, right. So Scales, I'm not convinced that. I don't think he's the answer. I don't think he's, what we want. We want it, a defender that's going to complement Carter Vickers really well.
Aye.
Right? Look at Starfelt.
Aye.
Brilliant, solid enough.
They come back to the morning.
Now, was he a bit dodgy with spot the feet? Aye. But what he was good at, he was quick, he could defend, he was so and people tried to tell them that Starfelt was shite. Come on, man. So as you said there, Alistair, I'd take him back in a second. But you look at Scales, jury's still out. Trusty, jury's still out. The Rocky, God knows. Welsh, I mean, moving on.
No.
Lagerbielke will probably move. I think he's done well in Holland.
I would keep Lagerbielke.
But then he's done well over in Holland.
You would keep Milwaukee, I keep Lagerbielke.
But the thing is with Lagerbielke, right, he's done well in Holland, right? Now, Holland's a decent league, but let's be honest, Robin Proper was one of the top defenders in that league.
But I would put Lagerbielke in the Rocky.
I know, I would maybe give him a chance, but I don't think he will, because I think we'll sell. I think the thing is with Lagerbielke, I think he's got suitors that would probably take him on. But if you look at it that way, then we have literally got one centre half where you can go, I know he's solid enough. So you just put it out that way. In terms of the game against St Mirren, I think Trusty will play. It's pointless. I don't think the Rocky, but if I was in the Rocky, if you're not getting any more gains, I'd be going like that to my agent. Right, where can I go? Because there's no point in being here. To be honest with you.
Would it surprise you if he went because of the way?
No, I don't know what's going behind the scenes, but I just don't get it.
Would it surprise you if the way St Mirren play with a long one, 2 physical players, if he went Trusty in the Rocky, because it really wouldn't surprise me.
Well, there we go, Carter Vickers, I think. Just for the fact that he's not played, you're going to get some fitness up for the cup final. You can't just, as good as he is and as good as he's been consistently, I think you can't just go right here you go, and you go.
The thing is, if you play Carter Vickers and a Rocky, it's another partnership that's not been tried.
Aye.
Which is remember the COVID season? It used to
That's my big that's my big problem with the centre half areas. It's the fact of you shouldn't be changing your centre halves 80 times a season. You should have two centre halves.
in them every week.
You should have two centre halves who are consistently in the team, know what each other are doing every single moment, and you could tell that on Wednesday. That I mean, for the goal, I don't know what trust is in fucking fairyland.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, and that's because there's no consistency at partners. There's no consistent centre half areas. So that's what we need to look at next season. So if we don't bring a centre half in, they're going to go right. Who's the two centre halves? I still could not tell you who our two centre halves are.
Josh, it's Carl Vickers, then you spin the wheel.
Exactly. So you can't tell. But moving on to midfield, Alistair. Obviously, Hatate is missing because of the injury. So for me, that makes the midfield pretty self-explanatory. I think it's Paulo Bernardo.
I would go Bernardo. I like McGowan was good, Josh, but Bernardo just brought that composure and he knew when to sit, when to run. I think Bernardo is very underrated in that squad, and I'm kind of shocked at the lack of minutes he's been getting.
I think half of that's because obviously he's been out injured, so the club can't really. He's had a bit of a wasted season, which there's been no fault of his own. But I think when he does come in, you saw Ibrox when he came in, composure. Aberdeen, composure. He was really composed. I think McGregor will come in, pretty self-explanatory, coming up next to him, and with him as well. And I think Arne Engels will play as well. So I think that's the midfield three for me. Get into the front three, Alistair. Again, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Dyson, Maida, Adamida, and I think James Forrest will play just because he needs to get the goal.
Yeah, we need that goal. I was kind of hoping we get it the other night.
And not just because of that. I think it was arguably Celtic's best player departing Wednesday night. I thought it was brilliant, to be perfectly honest. He didn't get the goal, but I think his overall play, he gave Shinnie an absolute torrid time down the right hand side. So I think Forrest will come in and hopefully he'll get that goal. Alistair, in terms of score predictions, because it's hard to tell, because as I said, the match kind of takes second kind of like stage really. But surely you still want to see 1-0. You normally do get a good goal line on a title.
You need 3 goals to match the record. And Postecoglou 114 league goals last season. So try and get that.
You want Foden. I'd like to maybe see a 3 or 4-0. Just
because it makes it. I don't care what anybody say, because if you get a bad result, Josh, it does kind of take the wind out. It doesn't spoil it, but it kind of makes it flat.
I remember that I wasn't a season ticket at the time, but I remember the one against Aberdeen, and it was like we won the league, but it was like.
What is what happened that day when that result?
Oh, true. So I know. Maybe it was a bad example there, but that was the first one that came to my mind. No, but hopefully a good performance, and then lifting the trophy, and then off to the pub. So,
that'd be nice.
But I think I'm going to go 4-0. We're going to beat the record.
It'd be nice, Josh, and that would set us up for next week. And we have got. I'm kind of glad that we're in the Scottish Cup final, and hopefully that'll make the game more edge.
It's the last point. Especially in that midfield, it's your last opportunity to fight for like a place. I think Luke McGowan will, hopefully, if he's either in the start or
and also I meant to say this before we finish. I'd like to see young Mercado at some stage.
I know. He was really good. I think it's just really important that Celtic, and this is what the failure's been. I think this is what the failure's been with the youth academy is I don't manage them properly because they're playing against fucking Tesco trolley strollers or whatever you call them. Like we can't. What I'm trying to say about McArdle, we can't see the recent trend where they're doing it fucking Millwall or Cardiff or the other trend.
We should be sitting him doing and saying, right, there's a 2-3 year contract.
But then we also that goes what I was going to say there. We can't also see the trend of them, youth players getting above their station. Cough, cough, Rocco Vata. But anyway, but no, I thought it was good. I thought it showed you.
It was just the attitude. It was give me the ball.
Aye, well, you get that. It's fearlessness with youth players, in it. It's you don't. It's a big chance. And you need to try and make it happen. But we might. Hopefully, we'll see him tomorrow. And maybe see him.
I'll go 5.
5.
I'll go 5 now.
But I know. Hopefully, it's a good performance and obviously a good day. And obviously lifting the league as well, which is always good.
Nice.
But no, we'll end it there then for the today's video. We're back after the match at some point because I'm going to pub them on it. So I'll be back. We will be back at some point. We are a post-match reaction. I don't know what state I'll be in, but we will be back at some point with some sort of post-match reaction. Until then, we'll speak to you later. And hail, hail.
Hail, hail.